Charlie's microphone is all curled up here. Yeah, Charlie. He just comes online and then he leaves everything a big mess. But his little hips are acting up again. Gave him a little aspirin. A little aspirin is okay. It takes out the inflammation. Hopefully that helps. So anyways, the talk is about Grayscale. It's just going to be a talk about things that I see that probably coming up, hopefully this year, maybe sooner than later, of course. And one of the things is like, the big question is, what do you do after your winnings, your booty? What do you do with it? I can tell you a lot of people, some people, I think a lot of people here are kind of like a bit conservative with their investments. But there's some people that will take their money and just buy the Lamborghinis and stuff like that without putting anything on the side, just for whatever reason. And I certainly need to, do that for my purposes. I want this to grow. Like I say, $2 million will get me through the rest of my life, okay, if I put it into the investment bank, the wealth generator. I'll be fine for the rest of my life. And money's pretty safe. It's been pretty safe for the last 170 years or so. Company like Mass Mutual and so forth, and it's going to generate more. The 2 million is just going to keep generating more and on an upward curve, so to speak. Anyways, so what do we do afterwards? And there's a lot of people, especially young guys, they're in their 20s and they think they know everything. And I'll buy this, I'll buy that. Nah, you gotta hold off on that until you figure out what to really do good with your money. Remember, a lot of us are gonna have to pay a lot of taxes, and you don't wanna have a trail. You don't want to be flagged. In other words, so I've been watching some videos on YouTube about some guys and I'm gonna show you something really good. There's a guy that I was watching the other day. This guy here, okay, let's see if you can see it. No, you can't, because I don't have the browser view. Okay, this guy wants to start a business, all right? He's 28 years old. 28 years old, wants to start a box truck business. Because I'm kind of looking into something like this to generate some income, but I don't know, I'm thinking probably it's a lot of work. I don't want to buy a job right now, especially if this comes through, then I wouldn't have to. I'll be working on my Joe cells and stuff like that. This guy wants to start a business, okay? Watch this video. It's kind of long. It's about an hour and a quarter. He wants to buy 3 trucks, and he wants to do it with like $7,000 or so. And this guy's been around a long time. He's been doing it for a while. And Mark the Mentor, and he comes up with videos about the shipping business, transportation, and this goes out to just about any business that you start, any investment that you make. It's a business. It's a little business. The same thing with investing. It's a business. The wonderful thing about this guy is that he's telling the other guy that $7,000 is not going to get you 3 trucks, and it's not going to do it, because he's been around. And it's like, are you crazy? Are you serious? And the other guy is like, yeah, I'm serious. This is what I want to do. Just because you think you have the numbers correct, in reality, it's a totally different game. And for instance, if you start spending their money in the Lamborghinis and stuff like that. Now, if you have a great amount of money and that's what you want to do, okay, yeah, go for it. But if that amount that you made this time around, it's probably not going to happen in crypto anymore. We may not get another rise like this ever again because it's not guaranteed. This time around, it's not guaranteed that we're going to make a lot of money. That's why we're here and we're just waiting and waiting. A lot of people have left. A lot of people have gone out the doors. Like they become suicidal. I guess I don't know, and they disappear. You never hear from them again. And the same thing with any business that you start. It's like, listen to the people that have gone through it, experience. Just because, for instance, just because you watch Shark Tank and you get a couple $1 million to start your product, man, you're in for something big. But brother, first the legalities. First, finding the correct lawyers, because there's a lot of lawyers that probably wanted to become clowns instead of lawyers, and I have known people they wanted to become clowns, they wanted to become comedians, and they ended up being accountants or doctors or lawyers. I've known people like that. My doctor, he was like a real funny guy. He probably would have been a better comedian than be a doctor. Then again, he wasn't a very good doctor, but he made a lot of money in the medical industry. But he made a lot of mistakes. Really bad mistakes. Funny, but not funny, Yeah, really bad ones. Just because you see something and, like I say, the Shark Tank, it's like, boy, that's tough. That's like you're in business 24 hours a day. It's not that you go home at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You're there till midnight, past midnight. You sleep in the shop at times and that's what I see about the transportation. This box, or actually it was they're called hot shots. They're expedited shipping. And I was really looking into it, but you got to spend time out there in the road, all over the U.S., Canada, perhaps if you get a passport and so forth, and you're off 3 days, maybe 3 weeks out of the month, 3 days a week, or three weeks out of the month, and you ain't coming back for because you're going back and forth and you're sleeping in the van and so forth, and it's like I don't know. I got a kind of like a bum leg right now from my mom, but no, that's okay. And then I gotta carry the little dog around because I'm not gonna leave him behind. What's the purpose? If I gotta pay for doggy babysitting, if it was once a year or something like that, that's different. But this is like every day of the year basically. So I'm not gonna probably get into it unless I get enough cash, and then I can if this pays off, I might do it, because it's kind of like you gotta be there on time, and you gotta be there, and but you get a lot of time to see all over the United States. You drive through Montana, there's really nothing there, but you drive through all these states, different states, all 50 states, and you drive again through them, and it's kind of nice to see, all the things that you've seen on pictures and books and whatever. It's a nice thing to do, but it's a business, and then they talk about you got to do the bookkeeping and the hiring process of perhaps hiring another person and hiring somebody for an office job to keep the books and that kind of a thing, and then you're dealing with the vehicles, and all of a sudden you don't have any, your life is gone, and I wouldn't have any time to experiment with my stuff that I want to do. That's the ultimate thing that I really want to do. Keep experimenting with my stuff. With that said, yeah, check out this guy's video. Anybody who wants to get into some kind of a business, it's like, listen to him. And it's hard to listen to the truth, but he finally tells the guy, he wakes him up a little bit, that he's dreaming. He wants to do this. He's got the energy, and he wants to do it, but he's gonna get his ass kicked. So the fellow is just telling him, it's like, you're this guy here, Mark, this one is telling this guy, hey, look at things, take it easy, perhaps start with one truck. Now this guy's married. He's got 2 kids. Right now he's got like an income of $40,000, but it's not enough for 4 people these days. $40,000 is, nothing. Basically, you can't really live off of it. And he lives in Detroit, and not a very nice neighborhood. And the guy's just, this one, Mark, just telling him, it's like, get your dreams a little bit more. Get him a little bit more. Put a little more finesse into his plans, because you can't just have a dream. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'll get the necessary legal work, tax number, and then I'm set for business. Get the insurance. Now you got to find loads. Now where do you find them? And that's only if you. And the thing about it, the other guy doesn't have any experience. He doesn't have any. He's never driven. This guy here, he's never driven, and he doesn't have any experience. This guy's got all the experience, right? He's done it. Plus, he's got his channel, and he's got a bunch of subscribers. But he's telling him, what you're doing is you're going to commit suicide. And the same thing with people getting involved in the stock market. If you've never done it before, you have no clue. If you come across a lot of money and all of a sudden you have a lot of money and, I'm going to make a lot of money in the stock market, it's like the stock market always wins. Oops, sorry. There's only one time that you can beat it, and that is by buying something long term. After 15 years, you'll probably begin to see some nice growth. And it's a learning curve. You don't want to put $100,000 in and learn. You want to put $1,000 into it. No financial advice here or anything like that, but don't start out big. Don't start out with hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars perhaps, because the market always wins. The only thing we have here going here is that this has a chance for these trusts and the crypto has a chance for a big, phenomenal, bigger than 5 times bigger than the last time. Let's put it that way. I think. Now, when my account reaches 2 million, I may just pull out. That's good enough for me. $2 million will change my life for sure. $2 million will generate in the wealth generator at about 15%. That's about $300,000 a year to live off. $300,000 a year per year, and that's tax-free money, by the way. From there, I pay the taxes here from the winnings, of course, but I'm still getting $300,000 a year because that's still at 2 million. It's crazy. It's but this is the way it works. Don't listen to Dave Ramsey. He's full of shit. All the guy does is talk all day long. I've gone through this stuff. I've been dealing with all this stuff, on hands on. The guy just talks, he just talks. He doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about infinite banking or whole life insurance policies, which he was against at one point. He doesn't know. He never took the time to really look how the thing works. It's taken me a lifetime to understand how it works. And it's taken me 7 years to realize how it really, really works. I mean, I knew that it worked when I was 17. I learned about it first. Maybe that's the whole thing. Going through the whole process is trying everything else and nothing works, but this for me. Maybe right now it's the perfect time for me and I am starting a policy. I am starting my wealth generator. In fact, I gotta send in the check today to get that started. And boy, some of you guys have a lot of money out there. I'll guarantee you, in about 7 years, if you put a certain amount, it doesn't matter how much you put into it. 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, or whatever. The amount doesn't matter, but you're going to see how it works. And you're going to see that you can borrow against it. You got to pay interest on it, but the money stays there compounding. Eventually, with time, you don't even have to repay that money back because you're getting so much interest from the wealth machine. It's literally a money tree. It's a money tree. I mean, how else can you describe it? But anyways, imagine if this guy, okay, I don't know what his name is. He's out of Detroit, and imagine if he had. Imagine, and this guy too. Imagine if he had an account with the wealth generator. This guy's gonna be so freaking rich, and he's pretty. I think he's in his 40s. He said, another 20 years, this guy's gonna be extremely wealthy. And this guy too, at 28. Oh my God! I wish I would have done that. But this is another thing. It's trucking and getting loads and stuff like that. It's a different thing, yet it applies to every aspect of everybody's lives. Check out his video. I'll probably leave a link down below. I hope I remember. If not, it's Mark the Mentor, and the title is 28-year-old box truck business plan. Blah blah blah. It's required. If you ever want to go into business, make it it should be a requirement. If you're an educator, this should be a requirement for you to. It's hard. It's hard when he tells them the truth, and I felt bad for the guy. He's telling them, "No, you're dreaming, man. Where you getting? Where's your experience? Where are you getting the numbers from?" Well, they told me blah blah blah, and I was watching some YouTube videos, and if you're gonna go into a business, this is required. It's a requirement. It should be taught in every classroom in the country. This is one of those videos that it's like, this is like a golden moment. In fact, So we're talking about, similar thing with the Grayscale Trust and the crypto that we're on this journey. And you have to have your ducks in order, okay? You don't want to lose any ducks. You don't want to lose $1. You don't want to, just because you're getting a lot of money, think that you're going to get it back. Sometimes you get fortunes coming your way. Every so often you get something coming your way. And you got to be a little keen to watch them and handle them properly so they come your way. And with time, sometimes these things just become big. And it happened to me a few times with real estate. I'll always say, man, I wish I could have put that money into that wealth generator. I wouldn't have to work right now, ever. And I probably have several millions by now. But I didn't take the incentive to look into them. Now, if you're in another country, most countries have mutual companies. Basically, you buy the policy and you become the owner. It's a mechanism to keep the wealth in your power, in your person. That's how they were designed, and I'm surprised that just about every country tends to have these mutual funds. Not mutual funds, they're mutual companies, mutual insurance companies. It's a great wealth generator. I mean, it generates wealth better than just about anything, and they just slap an insurance policy on the front and call it insurance policy. And, it gets by. It gets by with that label. And it's hard to understand it. It's like, it's like the Joe cells that I talk about. If you've been following those videos, it's like, wait a minute, what? There's no gas going, what? It's a blind plug? There's no air? No, there's no air, but there's a line there. It's like, okay, what's being... that you tell me, It's one of those things that you can't really explain. It's a change of mind. It's a complete change of mind, perhaps. Like, some people become religious and they become different, totally different, because they just have a different mindset. So yeah, I guess that's what I just wanted to talk about. It's like, make sure that you have something set up and don't blow it. If anything, if you want to make more, if you're happy with what you have, I mean, put it in a safe place. I mean, no safer place than putting it into the wealth generator, because it's not lawsuits cannot touch it. That's why a lot of these football players that are people in the sports that kill their wives. I'm not laughing at that. What's funny is that they tried getting money out of the fellow, and the fellow hit it very. They couldn't touch it because he had all his wealth. Most likely, it was, I don't know where he had it, but most likely, and I know that if you put it in a wealth generator in a mutual insurance company. They can't touch it because it's an insurance policy, and it's not. You're not the benefit. You don't benefit from it. Yet, if you want, whenever you want, you can take money out of it, and if you want to pay it back, you pay it back. If not, it pays itself back with the interest that it earns. So that's how you get away with murder. No, I'm only kidding. Do not murder, okay? It's not a nice thing to do. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I think that's about it. That's a little chat that I just wanted to, a little financial chat. And check out this guy's video. He's kind of a little bit annoying, but he gives you the truth. It's like sometimes you need to be annoyed by someone, told you're not, you're not as smart as you think you are, which is, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Okay, guys, take care, and I think everything's going good so far in the stocks and Grayscale right now. So I'll leave that. I'll end this show here. Take care. Bye.